single?
Yeah, co-written with Ross Wilson from Daddy Cool and Mondo Rock fame, so I'm very lucky. I'm in good company.
In fact, you had a hand at writing that as well.
I prodded him along. I don't consider myself in his league, but he let me sort of help tailor it towards me, so...
Sensational.
Yeah.
Now, the album, The Best Of, celebrating 25 years.
It's tragic, isn't it?
Tragic?
It's a long time.
Does it make you then reflect on how hard or the journey you've taken to get where you are?
No, it was actually when we put the thing together and realised that the first track we used was 73 and the last one was out in 98. It was 25 years, so we just went, wow, it's 25 years. So you do in retrospect, but not while you're going through it.
Let's go back to the beginning. We're talking 70s. What are your earliest memories of first getting into singing? Why did you want to be a singer?
I think probably being a very big show-off as a little girl. Annoying family and friends, probably. I just always knew I could sing. I'd listen to things on the TV and always could imagine myself doing a better job, you know. I used to say, I'm better than that girl. So I just always was a bit of a show-off, singing into the hairbrush.
In the mirror and doing all that?
In the mirror, I used to do all that. And I had short hair when I was a little girl. I used to fantasize in my room. I'd put a sweater on my head, pretend I had long hair and sing. It was a good look.
You actually put the sweater on the head?
I did. This is the first time this has come out, but yeah, I used to put sweaters, and I used to like the really sort of like flimsy sweaters. I'd put one on my head and I was very young. It was in the privacy of my little room, and I was a long-haired singer, you know, so...
But so many young girls do it, and they never have the talent of a Renee Geyer.
Wow, thank you. Well,
what sort of songs, if you'd sit there singing to yourself, what sort of songs would you sing?
When I was little, Beatles.
Yeah.
When I was very little, I loved the Beatles, and I used to sing myself to sleep at night and have to be told to shut up because I was a very loud singer even then. I loved the Beatles, and then all of a sudden I found Aretha Franklin, and that was the end. That was the beginning of, well, it was the beginning of the whole beginning of my journey, because I knew that that's really what I wanted to do and that I could maybe, you know, have a go at it. So Aretha Franklin is my ultimate inspiration.
What about the gigs? Then you started singing out and about. How old were you when you first did a gig?
I was doing a wine bar in Bondi Road called The Cask when I was about 17 for $5 a night.
$5?
Yeah, yeah. My parents were a bit... They must have been curious as to what I'd be doing, because it was school nights and I'd go and a pair of jeans and a T-shirt and sing and come home and say, I got this money and I've been singing at a wine bar. I'm sure they thought I was up to chicanery. They couldn't imagine it, because in those days, to get up and sing, you know, you'd be wearing a spangly dress and you'd go see people in nightclubs and they'd be all dressed up.
Well, that was the Shirley Bassey era, wasn't
it?
it?
I mean, they didn't realise what they had on their hands. I was a problem child.
Were you a problem child?
Maybe. I think it was a little hard for them to understand, but they're coming round. I think they're finally getting it.
Do they just accept it or understand?
I think they accept it, and I hope and I think that they're very proud, so, and I'm proud of them too.
Okay, we're talking the 70s. You shared a flat with Michael Gudinski, who's the boss of Mushroom Records. He actually, one of the quotes he makes about you is that you're fiery. Now, you've been known for your strong character.
Thanks, Michael.
And you named your last album A Difficult Woman. Is that the way you see your character?
That song was written for me by Paul Kelly. I was a bit miffed when I first heard that he wrote a song for me called Difficult Woman. Then I heard the song, and it's really more complicated woman, because I think any woman over 25 years of age that has ambitions and feelings and aspirations is ultimately going to end up being a difficult woman, but you never hear the term difficult man. He's a difficult man. You only ever hear it about a woman, and I think it's mainly women that know what they want and will argue to get it, and you sort of term difficult, but in the end I think it's a compliment. I'd rather be a difficult woman than a... Well, I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with the title. I mean, it's not a bad thing.
What do they call difficult men then?
Wankers.
Oh, God. Oh, did we have a comment over there? Would you care to repeat that? My question was, what do you call a difficult man? Your husband?
A knucklehead. How about knucklehead? But yeah, no, it's people. You know, I've been asked that question a lot, and I think it's been all right being a difficult woman.
Well, you had so many hits. Oh, look at is this back to the 70s?
Good hairdo. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I was a slim girl there, wasn't I?
Oh. Now, what year do you think this was? Mid-70s?
I'm riveted.
Have you not seen this?
Oh look, no. 1976, it looks like.
Well, it's got to be Charlie's Angels era.
And I'm that girl's mother.
I mean, I know how spooky it is going back.
It's a bit spooky.
Looking at those things, because
Yeah.
people do it to me, and you go,
Yeah.
oh, what possessed me to have that, wear that, or you know, have
Gee,
my
that
hair
was
like
pretty
that.
good. I think I'll be looking at this and saying what possesses me. You know. A few matzo balls later, and I'm sort of, yeah. I like looking at old things because I was such a slim girl then. It's nice to look at that.
So what do you? I mean, you're very comfortable with the way you are now.
I would love to lose some weight, but I'm not obsessed by it. But it'd be lovely to be able to lose weight. But then I might lose my voice with it, so I wouldn't want to do that.
Absolutely not. But I mean, if you're comfortable and you're happy, physically the way you feel, I mean, you don't feel unhealthy, do you?
Don't feel unhealthy. I'm actually pretty good. But, you know, everybody would love to. Dreams of sort of walking into a shop and picking something off a rack and popping it on. So it would be nice, but I'm not. I used to obsess more about it than I do now. I'm sort of happy, get a little bit happier about being myself.
And that comes with not being the difficult woman, but just a woman who knows what she wants.
Yeah, and it's been an incredible journey. The best thing about what I'm doing now is that the very first time around, I wasn't in the moment. I didn't realise I was doing well and singing great. And this time I'll actually have another chance to come back and relive it and look at everything around me and enjoy it. So I'm a very, very lucky girl.
In there, you went to America for 8 or 10 years and you worked with people like Joe Cocker, Julio Iglesias. In fact, Joe's been on this program twice. He was so cool. He showed me how to do Joe Cocker impersonations.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, that's him there. How did you find
He was
working
great.
with him?
I went all through Europe with him and the States, and I did a duet with him on the Unchained My Heart album. We shared a manager at the time. And he was great, a gentleman, and just an awesome singer. It was really great to work with him.
And Julio Iglesias you also worked with?
Yeah. It's all right.
Well, he was on the show. In fact, you're only supposed to shoot Julio from one side. I do not know why.
Really?
Because he looks the same from both sides for me, but we got him playing soccer.
He needs to get out of the sun, Julio. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's very tanned.
He's got to just slightly, the skin, I've seen it close up. It's a bit... I've got a leather jacket at home that I could sort of... Is that bad? It's naughty, I know. Look at me, I can't talk. But really, I do try to stay out of the sun, that's for sure.
Was he fun to work with?
He was, he was very nice and, you know, elegant and lovely. And I worked with so many people. Neil Diamond was a gentleman too, and Bonnie Raitt and Jackson Brown.
Do you see much of those people when you're working with them?
While you're in the studio, yeah, you liaise with them and work out what you can do. Because most of those people got me in to do a part where my voice would sculpt a part that's not already there. It's not like I'm there with a bunch of girls. I usually come in by myself and do a thing. And so you do get to work with them. And Sting was a great experience because I'm on that We'll Be Together single. So I love that too.
Wonderful people to work with. And also Shaka Khan.
Yeah, I went to Carolina with her.
She was on our show last year.
Fantastic.
I'm trying to imagine your voice along with Shaka Khan.
Well,
that's an explosion.
I sang backgrounds for her. One of her background singers was my background singer when I did some shows in LA. And she asked me would I fill in. The girl that did the low part of Shaka's singing group was sick, and would I come to Carolina and do the low part? So I did, and I was the only white person on the whole stage, and in the whole auditorium, because it was an all-black sort of. It was a fantastic experience, but it was funny being like one of the singers, and I had to do all these steps, and it was. I think they they were amused at my trying so hard to sort of fit in. But it was really great.
Just to be there.
Mm.
I mean, what an honour.
It was an honour. She's great. She's one of the greatest singers around.
Absolutely, and so are you. In fact, with this, this is the best of Renee Geyer, 73, 98, and Bruce Elder, the extraordinaire person who writes about music. This is what he says on your. Have you read your album notes?
It's a bit like a
It's a
eulogy.
book. I know. He says Renee Geyer, she could sing the electoral roll and make it sound sexy.
I've done that actually.
What, sung the electoral roll?
It's not very sexy though.
Well, we've got... Rowdy, have we got a phone book over there? Rowdy, this is our floor manager. Do you want to have a crack at singing the phone book? Where do you want to start? Is there...
Okay. This is what you do.
I mean, he says you can sing it... Sorry.
Oh, and it's open to dog trainers.
For this show, it's appropriate.
Dog Pro. Dog Pro. Dog Pro. Terminal. Oh, my God. Thelma Street in Cola. Dog Pro. I mean, you know. Hello? Hello? Mum.
I have no
What is
idea.
that?
I have no idea. Somebody's obviously playing a
was
gag
fantastic.
that didn't work.
Yeah, but
Now, I'm glad we didn't open up at Z.
no. But isn't that great? Dog Trainer. I opened it up on Dog Trainer.
Wonderful.
What is all that about?
I have no idea, but you could actually sing the phone book, and I would very happily sit there all night and listen to you go the A to Z.
Well,
not a problem here. You've always been one of my faves, and I'm so glad to have you on the show. And this is the album, by the way. It is the best of Renee Geyer, 73 to 98. I hope the single just rips up the charts for you.
Me
And thank
too.
you, Renee Geyer, ladies and gentlemen.
You and me together forever.